Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on the purchase of your Viking 21 FQS travel trailer. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to take into consideration when you're parking. On your campsite, of course, your big awning. Leave plenty of room for that to come in and out. On your off camp side, your slide. Leave room for that to come in and out unhindered, preferably nothing hanging over top of it. Leave yourself a nice walking space. Next thing I want you to think about is where your power and water connections are going to be. Your power is going to be behind your tires on your driver's side of your tow vehicle, and your power is going to be toward the front. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once you arrive, first thing you do is level your unit. Simply crank to the right to bring up, crank to the left to bring down. I recommend putting a level on the side of this so it'll stick on level. Have someone watch that while you bring that up and down. Once our unit's level, we can stabilize it. All four corners of the unit have these hand crank stabilizing jacks, 3/4 inch crank here on the end. You can use a drill gun or an impact driver. I just recommend that when you get to the bottom, you slow down. I'm going to recommend jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris, and hot blacktop. Get a 4-pack of those with your 10% off coupon. Take and run these down on top of those just until this is taut. Once you have any type of resistance, you don't want to go any further, because remember, these are stabilizing jacks, not leveling jacks. We already have our unit level. Now we're just going to go around and put all four of these down and stabilize it. Once our unit's level and stable, we can go ahead and hook up our power and water. Run this rest way back up real quick. Again, put all four of them down, and we'll plug it in. Now your 30 amp cord stores conveniently right inside. When you're done, you just shove everything back inside here. Close this up. Meantime, pull it out, plug it in, big long 30 amp cord. At the end of that 30 amp cord, should you need it, is a 30 to 110 adapter. Got our power hooked up. Let's hook up our water. At the front, your docking station. For campsites, we're hooking up the city water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting lines in your unit. Always use this when putting water into your unit here. Put that on, hook up your hose, but don't turn our hose on yet. Let's come to the back of the unit here to our hot water heater. All we're doing at this point, folks, is making sure our drain plug's back in. You may have taken it out last time you were camping, draining your hot water heater. Once you got that in there nice and snug, you can go ahead and turn that hose on. Now, if that hose has been on for a few minutes, go ahead and go inside, deploy your slide if you need to. If you're level and stable, it's okay to do so. And then open up your water taps. Now, once all the air is out of the water taps and you got a steady flow of water, shut them off, and then you can turn on your hot water heater from indoors. Now, let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to use city water. We're going to go boondocking or dry camping. In that case, we'll just fill up our fresh water tank. No need for a water pressure regulator here. Simply use a hose. Two ways to tell when it's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here. Or two, on the inside where you check the levels of your battery and black and gray tanks, there's also a freshwater button. Once that's full, remove your hose. Then you can turn on your water pump when using this potable water. Don't use your water pump when using city water that's already pressurized. All right, we're all set up to camp with power and water. Let me walk you around the rest of the outside of the unit. There's your pass-through storage. Stabilizing jacks. Again, city freshwater and city water. Freshwater drain. Around the back here is a vent for your microwave. Again, your power. Here's where you plug in your cable or satellite. There's where we'll dump your black and gray tanks. And you also have a low point drain here. Hot water heater. Spare tire with a cover. You also have an outdoor shower. Hot and cold water in that. Your awning. Let's say hypothetically your picnic table's down there and it starts to rain. Grab this pitch control, pull this down. That's going to send all the rain down to this end. Around your unit you have a porch light, a couple outdoor speakers. This is a vent and access panel to your mic or your fridge. This is a flue for your furnace. Two things: make sure it's not blocked, and two, if you run your furnace, steer clear of it. It will get rather warm. 110 out here. Again, your passive storage on this side. Your hitch work in it. You are prepped for solar. Plug in a solar panel here, and that'll trickle charge your batteries. There's your propane on a regulator. Simply point it toward the tank you wish to be using. Lefty-loosey to open. Check your battery posts when you arrive. Make sure those haven't wiggled loose over time. That about covers everything out here. Let's go take a look inside your unit. First thing I like to point out when coming into any unit is your fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone who's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway. Also to your left as you come in, have a control panel. There's your brand new battery. There's the fresh tank button I told you can hold down when doing potable water. Your black and gray tanks. There's where you turn on your water heater. There's where you turn on your water pump if using potable water. Our ceiling lights. Our awning. Bring that in a second. So you only want to run that awning out until that flap falls down to 90 degrees and you can see that bar. It will extend past that, so make sure you're watching it as you put it out. You also have a couple of USB ports here and your slide control. We'll utilize that when bringing our slide back in when we're leaving. Finish running your awning back in here. And then we will continue our tour. Around the right of the unit as you come in, this is going to be where you turn your fridge on. Plug that in, turn that on, you're on auto. Auto means when you run it plugged into electricity, you're running off electricity. As soon as you unplug, you're on gas. Lift up on this button, you're strictly gas. If you get a light here, your gas is low. Sound system. You have auxiliary. We'll go through the settings here, turn that back on. Band. Mode. Let's get to Bluetooth FM. So indoor speakers, outdoor speakers. Shut them off indoors, they're on outdoors. Over your bed you have your individual lighting there. There's your Insignia TV. On your television, I just want to make sure when you get to the campsites, there's a little red button here. Push that red button down, make sure that's on before you run your digital channel scan. It's a digital channel enhancer and allows you to pick up more channels. Of course, your dinette right now is set up so that you can have another sleeping area. Or simply put these to the back and set your table up. Over here's your furnace. Kick that on, shut that off. You notice the furnace fan takes a few minutes to shut off. Below that, 110 with GFCI reset. Individual lighting here. A self-explanatory microwave. Heavy light and fan above this. This is a hand light. You will have to light this with a stick lighter. Down below that, access panel to your breaker box and fuses. Over here is your 12 volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mention this 12 volt, it's always running off your battery. So if you are boondocking, nothing plugged in charging your battery, disconnect your positive battery post if you're gone for the day to keep this from running your battery down while you're out. In your bathroom, just want to mention here, another 110 with GFCI reset, a hand crank power exhaust up here. And lastly, we'll come to your AC unit. Crank that baby up. Did you hear that working? That about covers everything on the inside. Let's act like we're leaving the campsite. What I like to do is shut off my ceiling lights, because then I can walk through and see any individual lighting I may have left on. Got all them off, turn our ceiling lights back on, and bring our slide in. Doors and drawers. Make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede this slide from coming in. Everything's secure for travel. Slides in. Shut off our ceiling lights and exit the unit. As we exit, we'll fold our stairs up. Lock and deadbolt your door. Lift and turn your handle. At this point, we're going to bring up our stabilizing jacks. Unplug our power, water, and cable. We'll come around here and dump these low point drains. If you are boondocking, you come up here and dump your freshwater drain. Right there. Come to our hot water heater. We're going to lift up on this pressure release valve. That's going to dump the remaining of the water out of your hot water heater and pull your drain plug. Hook up your hitch and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. Your dump is going to be behind your tires on your off-camp side. Once you arrive, hook up your hose. First thing you're going to do is pull the sewer outlet. It's going to be a black handle. Once that black handle is no longer draining, close that one and pull your gray handle. Once that's done, that's going to be your cleaner waters, your sinks and your showers. That'll clean your sewage hose out for you. Conveniently and sanitarily store it right here in your bumper. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Viking for many years to come. Happy camping.